Good evening. My name is Barb Croupiers, and I'm here today to talk about fact-checking. Last month, Ms. Colleen Morris had to come before the board to correct an error made by board member Ann DeLacy at a previous public board meeting. Ms. DeLacy was using her position as a board member to attempt to influence the public. Ms. Morris had to take her time to write to the governor and speak at public forum to correct that error, which she read from a letter from the governor's office. And now I'm here to correct another error made by the board chair, Christine O'Connor, who is attempting to influence the public on behalf of the board on the HCPSS website. She stated, quote, "Last year, a special education advocate filed suit against HCPSS in circuit court. The court determined there was no basis for the lawsuit. It was filed in bad faith, and the plaintiff was ordered to reimburse the school system for taxpayer dollars expended on attorney's fees." Unquote. She points to a page in the transcript as justification. The judge was referring to a specific motion filed in court and not the merits of the case. In fact, I have a letter from the Attorney General's office to Delegate Warren Miller that states the following. Quote, "Ms. Croupiers recently called me and asked whether I would clarify for you that the court never found that the PIA requests were resolved. I told her that I would. Ms. Croupiers and her attorney indicate that the court did not make such a finding because Ms. Croupiers voluntarily dismissed the lawsuit after the attorney for the school board successfully sought sanctions against her. The docket sheet for Croupiers versus Board of Education for Howard County confirms that on November 19th, 2015, the court entered a stipulation of voluntary dismissal with prejudice, which means Ms. Croupiers cannot refile her lawsuit. While the stipulation resolved the lawsuit, this does not mean that the court made findings that the local school board fully complied with the PIA regarding Mrs. Croupiers' requests." Unquote. Contrary to your fact-checking statement, the court never determined that there was no basis for the lawsuit. This is a false statement and should be removed from your website immediately. I will conclude with one last request. Taking a statement out of context is misleading and inaccurate and is a practice seemingly common with this board. I respectfully ask that the board do a better job with your fact-checking before making statements in an effort to influence the public. And since I have 40 seconds left, I just wanted to add that a lot of the people in red behind me are afraid of retaliation to speak up. You have retaliated against me, and I am still standing, and I am standing with them, and I think you need to take what they say.